Well, it says I'm live. I don't know if I believe that or not. Should I believe that? The camera is a little closer. The Panthers are up. Go Panthers. Keep pounding, baby. All right. What do I want to do? Well, I guess I want to make sure that we're actually live. Jonathan Tripp says he's just turning off his crap to join your stupid show. Give me a minute. Jonathan. Anyway. More testing. No more testing. What are we testing? Lindsay Badger, thanks a lot for watching. I don't know what I'd be testing. Does it say testing? See, now you got me. I have to go see. I have to go look. Plus, I have to go share. Share this out, folks. Put it in groups. Put it on your page. Put it somewhere. Oh, it's Friday. Friday. Oh, you don't know. I'm always testing something. Yeah, I am always testing something. I'm always trying to break something. And, well, that's interesting. So why? See, I see it shows Nazim showed it. Well, at least we are live. And it says I have 5 viewers. Who are the 5 viewers? Who's here? Roll call. Raise your hand.
Wait, I'm here.
Crap.
Again. Well, you keep sending me the link.
I know. I should stop that.
Right? You know, if you want to keep the trash out, David.
Nazim says that if he shares it out, the mafia comes knocking on his door.
It's true. I've already called them twice today. I don't know which mafia he's talking about, but anyway.
The mafioso.
The mafioso.
The mafioso.
David, how's your Friday going?
It is chilly and pleasantly chilly here in North Carolina. I'm enjoying it. And, so I was expecting more fall cable knit sweaters. And so on a day where I know it's chilly in Crapburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing flannel or a sweater, you're in short sleeve shirt.
Yep. Yeah. Because I'm on fire today.
It's plaid, but
yeah. Well, that's just hick anyway. So
Nazim says we're looking squished on mobile. Well, Nazim, that's because they've changed the layout.
Wait, where do you see that? I don't see that in the. Oh, there it is. Now it just popped up for me in the comment. There we go.
They made us more. I don't know. That's weird. I like it. I like it better because before it was more in your face.
Yeah.
In your face. So, my Friday's going pretty well, I guess.
Yeah,
I can't really complain much. I spent a little while helping somebody with some issues they were having with Be Live.
Okay.
So
glad to see that platform's still around.
Glad to see that platform is still around, that it has not bit the dust like yet another.
I know.
If I had funeral dirge music to play, I would play the Taps.
What are you going to do, right? I mean, it's not, and you know what, this is great about this one. It wasn't even the owners. It wasn't even the developers that killed it. I mean, on a business sense, they're like, look, we actually can't do this anymore. Because it was Apple and Google changing the terms of service on how payments are delivered and made.
Hey, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Play in somebody else's sandbox. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Nazim says, if you want me to join. Well, I don't know that I want you to join, Nazim. I mean, are you going to bring value? Are we going
see Jason and Nazim and Lindsay and Lindsay, headphones. David's on today. Headphones.
Earmuffs. Not headphones, earmuffs.
Well, no, she has.
Oh, she has to put on headphones.
Put on earmuffs. Yeah, because
or she could just tell me, earmuffs, and I will try to remember. I guess I can't spell. That's weird. Why can I not share to that group?
I love it when I come to your fan page and it immediately tells me you have some setting with me. It immediately tells me I don't have sufficient permissions. All I did was go to the site. Like it just automatically was like, John, you don't even have permission to do this.
What?
It's fantastic.
That's not me.
Whatever you did. Well, I don't know. Here, let me see if I can do this again. No, I probably won't even do it because
that's weird. I can't share to one particular group. I wonder why I can't share to that one particular group.
Maybe they are preventing share-ins, or you can share it in the like an admin needs to approve it or something like that.
I don't even want to share it anymore. And Nazim's upset because I was making fun of him. Hold on, Nazim. I was sharing.
Oh, is Nazim in the green?
He is. No, he's not. I don't know. What does that mean?
Well, welcome to everybody, and Alex and Nazim and Lindsay and Terry, and it says 2 others, and I can't see Jason and Rhonda. Way to go!
Up to 6 people on camera. So if you'd like to risk, whatever.
I'd like to have
your reputation.
I'd like to have Mr. Jason Franco come on and tell us about his Anchor experience. I've been trying to catch up. I was sick for like 2-3 days, which I never get sick, but I got sick this week. And, I started seeing
dead people
posting on Anchor, and I exclusively on Anchor. So give him a little bit of a shout out and a little bit of a hard time.
Robert C. Stern says, this is why you need to be in multiple places. I don't even know what you're talking about now. What are you talking about? Anybody that wants to join, just message me, and I will. You message me your email, and I will have an invite speedily sent over to you. Let's see if we can actually get 6 people on camera today, and see what that looks like. We had 5 up to 5 last week, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and it works.
Oh yes,
it's not. Yes, it's not weird. Well, like a lot of them, you get like a bunch of people in, and then all of a sudden it gets like all wonky and like it doesn't. It stops and start. I've never had that with webinar jams.
Nazim, I sent you an invite.
Did you send it in Italian?
I tried. Oh, with Busker.
I actually, I'd be interested to see what Busker's going to do.
With Busker going to resting home, it shows you need to be in multiple places. You never know. That's true. So if you had built up. I never got into Busker. I know there was a few people who tried a while back. I really haven't. So I don't even think I have the app. It was all about monetizing your streams anyway, really. So I don't know. If you want to monetize your streams, do a webinar.
Write a book.
Write a book. Write a book
and self-publish it.
How?
Let's see how well this goes over. I'm waiting for it.
Good morning, Jenny Mustafa Julak, Coach Jenny. Jenny, would you like to try coming on once again? I know you and I were supposed to catch up and test out why the hell you couldn't come on, but I'm gonna grab your email address and give you a try. Because it's been a while since we've had someone as snarky.
Trendy. I was going to use the word trendy when referring to
Trendy
Jenny.
could be the other way to put that. Yeah, I guess. Coach,
it's good to see some people are coming over. So, David, talk to me about hurricanes in the Carolinas. What's the talk way down south there?
As of the latest track, if you own some real estate in Miami, then you probably should have sold that a few months ago because it's getting ready to be wiped off the map. No way in the world would I want to be in one of those high rises on South Beach because it looks like you guys are screwed. Sorry to say. The hurricane is going to affect a little portion of the cone of shame, as I'm calling it. Has a little bit of the tip of the mountains of North Carolina, like right there where Tennessee and Georgia and Alabama.
Okay, so is that the direction?
It's basically going to. It's going to go. It's going to the beach. It's going to stop by South Beach for a little bit, have a little party, and then it's just going to take a trip straight up 95. It looks like, and then it's going to cut over and go through Georgia and Tennessee and I think Ohio. You know, you're probably
which coast on which side of Tennessee, the east or the west?
Like west of Nashville.
Okay, so I still might miss it because I'm only a couple hours drive from Tennessee.
Rhonda Wheeler says, "Stop all the negativity, guys. This does not help our situation for the newbies at all." What negativity? Who's being negative? Jenny says, "Nope, can't get in. Same problem."
User error.
Jenny, I swear, you and I really are going to work on that because that's just odd. Who's being negative? I'm not being negative.
You're negative. You're a negative Nancy.
In fact, we're probably going to be expecting a bunch of. Why are you guys showing up now to cut my grass? It's supposed to be like an hour from now. Anyway, a whole bunch of counties that were declared state of emergency and all these preparations. Those are probably going to go. Jason Franco said he's going to come play, but Jason, you got to pay attention to the rules. Need your email.
Yep, got to pay attention. Rules are rules for rules' sake.
Sorry, it's not me. It's Busker. Your comments about screwed, etc. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just apparently Rhonda's not paying attention. I'm just playing. I really wouldn't want to be in one of the high rises in Miami though. That would just be kind of crazy. And I thought that Governor Rick Scott, the governor of Florida, I thought his comments like 3 days ago were pretty spot on. Get out.
Yeah. And then he repeated it in Spanish.
So I know that all the bottled water is being taken off of the stores that are not in Florida. So like North Carolina from Sam's Club and are being packaged up and shipped down to Florida so that people don't have to go spend $32 for a 24 pack of water, which is, it was on the internet, so it must be true. It was at some 7-Eleven, I heard.
Yep. No, I've seen pictures. So I've got friends I have family both in Texas who as I found out, it's been their damage from Harvey was fairly minor. Maybe some things blown over, but not like buildings gone, roofs gone, not that kind of stuff. No loss of life or anything like that. But now I also have family in Florida, and they're gonna sit tight. I think they're far enough north that they're not like in that initial air landing zone, but I mean, still, like, I don't care where you are, man.
If you're in Florida, the way the and the storm can still shift. It can still shift west. It can still shift east. So that's the whole thing about. And I'm kind of getting exhausted of hearing about Hurricane Irma, just because we've been talking about it for almost a week and a half now, since it was out off the coast of Africa. I mean, we were mentioning it last week, if I'm not mistaken. And it was nowhere near anything. It's terrible what happened to the tiny island of Barbuda. 95% of the dwellings just like gone.
Yeah, it's like they just swept the island, just wiped it off. And it's
now there's only one town and there's only one town, and it's a population on the island of like 1,800 people, and I think the island is like 16 miles wide, so it's very small. I had never heard of Barbuda
inside
before.
the eye.
Azim's here, so everybody has to tone it down. Show your respect, because otherwise, guys with rubber noses will show up in your front door. That ties to the mafia. He looks like a mafia guy. You get a little Robert De Niro in you.
Look at that. Yeah, that is a little weird, isn't it?
I don't like it.
Is that an Android phone?
It's a OnePlus here.
Yeah, that's the whole explanation right there. It's the Android phone. Because we look fine on desktop. An iPad, an iPhone looks
well, it's
great.
because they're fit in landscape instead of just actually shrinking it down like normal.
You're right. But then when they call you on Facebook live, you have to do a landscape. If not, it won't start the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. How's everybody doing? It's a Friday afternoon. I'm out of.
We're doing good. We're talking about hurricanes.
I heard that.
You don't have to deal with them. Rhonda says, yes, me too, Dave. Much rather be dealing with this girl than all the fires out west. Agreed. I would not want to be dealing with wildfires, and that's especially for all the rain that I believe California got like in the spring and early part of the summer. It really sucks that they're having all these wildfires pop up. So, but that's part of California. And then Mexico this morning had its largest earthquake ever.
8.2?
8.5, I think.
Oh, it's 8.5. Jeez.
No, 2, I think.
Oh, Jason, I'm sorry. I was ignoring you.
And then there was another article on today's Guardian, about water drought in Montana and North Dakota. I didn't know that there was a lack of water in Montana and North Dakota.
Yep.
I don't think that news actually filtered over to here just because we don't have a lack of water. We have an abundance of water happening.
We have sufficient water.
And there was the two sisters. I don't know if anybody else caught this story. There was two sisters that live in Houston and were in Houston and experienced Harvey, and apparently had a vacation already booked and planned and everything. And so they went on it. Well, the vacation was in San Juan, Puerto Rico this week. I don't know about anybody else, but I think I'd probably be looking at the other person going, are you bringing these along? Because I'm getting tired of this.
What's going on here?
And then there's Hurricane Jose is like, got its eyeballs for the same little area. So
yeah, it's going to go right by, Puerto Rico and Haiti and Dominican. I mean, it's still got a very similar, it's just a more northern path on it.
Yep.
Still.
Well, you guys know I was in Hurricane Andrew.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got married, and then the week afterwards, we were living on South Beach, Miami Beach, and they said evacuate the island. We ended up going to my friend's house, home in Homestead, which got hit straight on.
Yeah,
because it went to the left.
How many years ago? That was early 90s, wasn't it?
25 years ago, last August.
Wow.
Rhonda says, where did everybody go? Did we disappear?
I don't think so.
No, I'm
oh
still
my
here.
gosh, no. There we go. No, we're still here. Rhonda, refresh is all I can tell you. Facebook must not be liking.
Facebook must be having that Equifax problem.
Yeah, so one of the ways that Equifax and their security breach that we're now learning about after they've known about it for 2 months. So, this is you go to these people to find out what your credit's like, and all these institutions report to it's one of the main three. So they've got your information whether you were using them or not.
That's right.
But you would think this would be a particular institution that would have super duper like web security and stuff locked down and all that type of stuff. And so now all of a sudden, 2 months later, okay, so that's enough time for all these people to sit there and fraud identified you all they want to. They're letting everybody else know. So one of the things that they're doing is they say, well, you can determine if you are one of the people, whose information was compromised. Go to this link. and it asks you to put in your last name and the last 6 digits of your social security number. And it signs you up for their fraud monitoring alert. I don't know who came up with that marketing ploy.
Talk about a funnel.
Brilliant. I mean, listen, we screwed up. We're sorry. Here, we'll give this to you free for 7 days, and then it'll cost you $29.95 every month.
Jeez.
In the appeals process.
I mean, your credit card information's already been given out.
Yeah, so, they already have your credit
card. It to us so that we can sit there and bilk you some more.
They already have your credit card info. I mean, they're just taking it right out of your bank. I mean, let's just cut the middleman right out. We just want the cash.
I like Donna's comment about
Jason. So that should have gotten emailed to you at jason@safehousestudios.com. And he says, okay, so do I go to a show link now? So you should have gotten the link in the email. You just click on the link. You'll go through a test. If you want, I can roll video displaying what you need to do. Donna's writing some stories for us. She says, I have stories to tell you as a travel agent. I hate this time of year and always talk people out of traveling in these areas this time of year. Not worth the headache. That's true. And I slept through Hugo. Flew to Charlotte for a wedding, went to the bachelorette party, got drunk. Staying at a friend of the bride's house, slept through the whole thing, including a tree falling on the house. My goodness, that was some good liquor at that wedding party. What?
Sounds like it. That's it. Usually I remember in the States it was always the hurricane parties. Let's have a hurricane party. And now people don't do that anymore, I think.
Oh no, yes they do. They have plenty of hurricane parties. They were. We had people earlier this week. Now we were nowhere near, the implied path in North Carolina, and people were, cleaning the shelves, all the bread, the milk, the eggs. Let's get everything perishable that we possibly can. So when the power goes out for 14 days, we lose it all.
We have all the rotten food.
Crazy. Thank you very much for that entertaining story. I would love to know the brand of liquor that you were drinking.
You slept through a hurricane.
I can try and I would like to. And this is the biggest hurricane since Andrew that Miami is going to have experienced directly.
Yep.
I think Matthew made like a little brush towards Florida, but it wasn't. I think you were on like the good side of the hurricane, the west side, I guess.
Well, I got my stepmother, and then my half sister is a Miami-Dade police officer, and she's in charge of an evacuation whole thing that she has to work on.
Yep, they got police officers escorting fuel tanker trucks to gas stations to provide fuel. I think that there's going to be a whole lot of people that are unfortunately stuck in that region.
Mm-hmm.
Simply, if for no other, it's how many people are down there? 20 million?
Yeah. My friend brought up what you said at the beginning of the show when you were saying, I would not like to be in those high rises on Brickell and that, because he said they're all made out of glass and those windows are going to be popping all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Those things have been built since Andrew, which was 1992. I remember Andrew very well. I didn't experience it directly, but I actually had friends that went and did work down in the various areas of Florida that were greatly impacted, construction work and stuff like that, because there were jobs all of a sudden available.
Oh, yeah.
People needed to rebuild, and it was really bad back then, and that was lots of areas that didn't have high rises.
Did you hear the story I read this morning about the young 17-year-old surfer Promise who died in Barbados because he went out surfing?
Oh, in the I had lots of friends that were idiots like that too. Every time the hurricanes or tropical storms would come up, everybody's like, let's go to the beach.
He didn't make it back.
Okay.
Drowned.
That's terrible.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, it's.
I think people underestimate the power of a hurricane. Once you live through one, you're like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I have I've either lived in Arizona, no hurricanes really there,
Mhm.
or I've lived like this is the furthest south I've ever lived in the U.S. But for the most part, I've stayed up in the Northeast, and we deal with completely different disasters and different, you know, weather related issues. But yeah, hurricanes are they are. It's not like here and then gone. I mean, the tornadoes, yes, the disaster. I mean, it can create horrible things, but it's comparatively they show up, they
They're
do whatever
fast.
damage, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You know,
And also the area is more contained, I think,
Mhm.
with
Yeah, I
tornadoes.
mean, for the proportionate, you know, but I mean, with hurricanes, it's massive. I mean, I think what is it? Irma, last I heard was something like the tropical force winds are like 300 miles wide. Wide.
Incredible.
That's wider than the entire state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Totally
Massive.
crazy.
That's what it is.
Massive. So, I mean, even though we're not going to have direct effect here, we are going to be, we'll get rain.
A lot of rain.
Yeah,
Georgia too.
I'm actually that was kind of one of my questions is where the actual path will go, because if it hits the eastern tip of Tennessee, I'm probably going to see some weather. Now, if it's the western side, depends on still how much it distributes or just dies out. I may or may not. I'm sure I'm going to see rain, but it's just a matter of how much and how fierce, because we're quite a bit inland. We're not right by the coast. I'm not too far south, but.
Did you guys? There was also on the Italian newspaper. There were in the headlines that were saying that there was a committee of people in the states that wanted to rename Irma Ivanka.
like we have things to do, better things to do, right? My gosh.
So
I found that was quite funny.
On the back of tragedy, of course, not just Trump. The Democrats are doing it too. There was a lot of handshaking that was done yesterday.
Yeah, recently I noticed that.
To get the $8 billion aid package passed through the House, and I think now it's gone to the Senate. But I thought it was very interesting how both parties made sure that it was brought to light. Hey, we can work together, and look what we've gotten done. You jackasses, you should have done it anyway. Just shut up and move on.
David, how do you really feel about this?
I hate politics.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Anarchy 99.
Is my pink eye better? It's I still have like a little bit.
You have to do up in the light. There you go. Yeah, no, that's looking a lot better.
A lot better than last
How's
week.
it feeling though?
Yeah, it's still a little bit scratchy, itchy, weird.
Jason Franco's trying to join in. It looks like.
Oh, we got 4 people in
Jason,
here.
you need to make sure you click on the 2 icons up at the top and towards the left hand side, the webcam and the microphone. Those turn both of those items on. And if that didn't work for you, just refresh and come back. And if that still doesn't work for you, stop by in Windows and go buy a Mac.
Hey.
Or go to Italy and get the mafia to sit there and. Gears are turning now. Awesome.
The gears are
awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear Greensboro, North Carolina can actually get some kind of internet action going on. And again, if anybody else wants to hop on and join in, if we haven't lost everybody, you're more than welcome to. All you have to do is message me your email address. See?
Now it looks okay.
Yeah. Sideways. Landscape.
It makes sense.
It looks fine the other way, Nazim. It's
No,
just
it
you
doesn't.
get rid of the. You got to get rid of the. You got to get a real phone.
No, now it does. It does what I think it is. It's refreshing the browser or whatever.
No, David. No, stop it.
I do have an Apple phone.
You do not. You have a OnePlus.
I got both.
See, that's what happens when you get that kind of money happening.
No, I got to develop websites and stuff, and I got to see how it looks. Yeah, that's.
So
It fell off the back of a truck.
I left Miami a long time ago, David.
I found it. A guy that knows a guy gave it to me.
There you go.
Guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
So is James with us?
No, it looks like he dropped off, so he'll probably be back.
So when are we going to be able to start doing this in like 4K?
Jason, I mean, not James. I'm sorry.
In
That's okay.
4K?
I called him Jason for like 2 years.
Come on. 4K? I want 8K. Let's just surpass 4K. Let's do 8K.
Yeah, but I want that on mobile. Like I want to stream in like 4K. Although you know what, it is kind of cool though with 4K cameras, you can cut the screen because it's so much wider. There's so much more data. You can actually cut the screen smaller and make it look, even though you're two people are on the same camera, you can actually cut it and it look like they're completely in different rooms and stuff. So that's pretty awesome.
Too fancy for me.
Oh, by the way,
Hear the guy with the blower?
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah, I hear him back. Movie recommendation for everybody.
I'm gonna actually step away, so I'm gonna turn my camera and mic off.
Dunkirk.
Jason will be able to figure this out. You two carry on. I will be right back. Let me go do
All
it.
right.
Movie recommendation. Go see Dunkirk.
Oh yes, is that? I mean, I heard it was pretty
Intense.
It's pretty intense. Yeah, that is not a feel-good movie.
No,
it's not a comedy.
But the effects are. I mean, I don't know how they filmed it, but it's really like you're inside World War II, trying to get away from the beach. Yeah. Without VR, using plain cinema.
Yeah. It's cinematic movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Jason has the gears turning still, and the gears in the sky keep on turning.
I actually also wonder if you have to be using a Chrome browser.
Could be.
To be able to use like webinar. I know there are other platforms where it just doesn't work.
It was required.
You try Edge or Opera. It just Firefox.
Opera.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's like, okay, we're just going to go back. We're just going to.
No, but there was a time when we were developing sites where it's like, does it work on Opera? I'm like, you mean like Opera where people go? No, oh, it's a browser. Yeah. Okay. Wait a second.
Yeah. Opera. Wait. I'm going to have to write something for that? Yeah. No, but it's legit.
Hey, you know what was good about Opera? It was very fast browser experience.
Okay.
So what are the plans for the weekend apart from keeping track of this hurricane for people that are outside of the realm?
For people that are not facing, and I mean this very, very seriously, is not tongue in cheek, for those that are actually not facing life or death, or they are trying to get out of Florida, which I heard that some of the freeways and stuff like that are just parking lots.
Yeah,
people you just can't get to where you're going. But for the rest of, and I mean, like, what are we doing this weekend? You know what? Honestly, like, I don't even know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm probably winterizing pools. Because it's starting to get cool. It's it's hard to.
Did you say winterizing tools?
No, pools
with a P-O-O-L.
Pools. Oh, yeah. Pools.
Stuff like that. Putting the bikes under the deck and covering them, and just doing all like the fall stuff before the leaves hit. Because once the leaves hit the ground, it's a whole other thing. I mean,
but the question we all want to know is: will you be doing this in a sweater or a flannel shirt?
Well, no. What I do is with the cable knit, I don't wear it. I put it around my waist and then I just tie it. I just have the tie in, and I have to do it like that, and I have to offset because then in the back I can have the fanny pack with my cell phone so that I can I always have something available. Oh
my gosh!
With my hand sanitizer, the little bottle of travel hand sanitizer.
Details of middle-aged folks.
I will be spending my weekend several different ways. One, I will be reading every single article possibly published and provided on the rumors and what we can expect from the new Apple hardware that's being released.
Oh yeah, on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, September 12th.
Plus the price cost, which is
we'll hear about the new watch, the new iPad, the new iPhone. I'm sure they'll come up with a robot.
I like Alexander's comment on the side. So I need to update my Netscape browser to live stream.
You do need to update your Netscape browser to live stream. Yes. It's called Internet Explorer.
Upgrade to Internet Explorer.
2.
That's right.
2.
Don't go anything above version 2. It's not going to work right.
Running
make sure
Windows
that
95
running on your Commodore 64, and that you have that plugged in directly to your black and white television.
David, there's also another, and I think both of you can appreciate this. There's another very important countdown that's happening now, and some places. I don't know who they are or where they are, but I'm sure that somebody somewhere is doing this. There's like websites dedicated to this countdown. It's 120 days away from today. 120 days away. And then I hit 40.
Oh, geez.
Right?
I'm shocked.
So in 4 months.
So I would propose a live stream
For those
party.
of you who don't know how long 120 days is in months, it's 4 months. Ish.
Yeah, we could do it. We could do a live stream party. I don't know what January looks like, but you know,
Jonathan Tripp will be having his circumcision party.
Oh my gosh, that's what you come up with.
Most
Like
of
all the
get it
things
done
in the
a little
realm.
bit before. I mean, even the Jewish custom was what,
Andare
13
adesso.
or so.
Più o meno. A che ora? Le 6? 6:30?
No. Don't do that in Italian. If you're going to be on live streaming in English, do it in English. We want to hear you sit there and fuss at her in English. Or better yet, we want to hear her fuss at you in English.
I really do.
All right, Jason Franco looks like he's finally figured out exactly how to join something through a video service. Jason, make sure you click that icon up at the top left-hand side that looks like a web camera and click the microphone icon next to it.
Video professionals unite.
Good gosh.
Jason is excited to be with us today.
Jason is extremely excited to
I
be with us.
jumped through all kinds of hoops, man.
Was it the browser?
Yep.
What browser were
Not
you
like
using?
Safari at all.
Oh, no, you can't use Safari.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's not anything but Apple and their stupid don't want to support WebRTC correctly.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Which, if you did follow Apple events, I think 3 years ago they were touting WebRTC in Safari to come. Apparently, it's still to come. So.
Coming to a theater near you.
There will be a new iOS version that will be spoken about and released, iOS 11. Been running the beta of that most recently. Hope it works a lot better on my phone than.
I'm running the beta because we're using it for beacon proximity marketing. Because it has. Did you try the QR code thing with the photo camera?
No.
You can do you don't need any more to QR software. It does it in automatic.
Yeah, my problem with QR codes is most of the time they're placed in a non-phone friendly place, like in an email.
No, that's not smart.
For those of you that don't understand what I just said, let me
hold on one second.
Let me show you.
We're gonna get geeky.
So, I here's the thing, and you don't see it very often, but I still see it. I get an email on my phone. Okay. Email, camera. Email, camera.
Well, what if you just use your forward-facing camera?
There's no. How are you? It. Stop it.
Not smart.
Stop it. And until
this looks like a blab, Patricia says.
Until Google Allo comes up with an iPhone version so that I can do Allo for web instead of having to go buy, a Samsung 8 that's going to blow up in my pocket. I don't really care.
What do you think is the price range going to be, David, on this new the new iPhone coming out down in Christmas? Obviously, it's not going to be out.
Overpriced.
What's not going to be out?
It's not going to be out on Tuesday. They're going to announce it and say it's ready for Christmas.
No, the iPhone 8. So for those of you that don't know, there's supposedly going to be 3 versions of a new iPhone spoken about next week. No, they're not. None of them are going to be released next week. The way that works is that Tuesday will be the announcement. Pre-orders will open Friday at 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific. Why midnight Pacific? Because Apple's a Cupertino, California company, and that's on the West Coast, and they haven't picked up on the fact that East Coast is the only time zone. And then typically the following Friday is when the new devices will be arriving in everybody's pockets. Now, there's supposed to be 3 possible variants released. There will be, so we had the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, so we're in the S year. If they follow the naming convention, it'll be the iPhone 7S and the iPhone 7S Plus. And then there is what has been rumored to be called the iPhone 8. They don't think they're going to stick with that. The actual naming convention that I've heard is going to be an iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and then iPhone Edition, because the Edition phone is supposed to be, for you history buffs out there, this is 2017. The first iPhone came out in 2007.
That's right.
It's a 10-year-old. So anyway, they will announce and display and talk about the new OS. Apple Watch is supposed to have a Series 3, which is rumored to have LTE functionality built in. So I'm sure everybody's going to have cancer in their wrist. No phone calling LTE, though. It's just something you can add to your Verizon plan and use on your unlimited data that's not really unlimited and you can't stream videos on anyway that are in HD, because who watches HD videos on their phone?
David, you sound a bit bitter. I'm just going to put that out there. You sound like
he sounds as bitter as the Mac Pros with the touch bars on them. He sounds very bitter.
The touch
people with the trash cans.
I went and played with one of those last weekend for the first time, and I have to say, stupid.
Yeah.
But, MacBooks, Mac Pros, and everything, honestly, with the way they're going with iPads and the Pros are super powerful tablets. Still can't do everything that you can do on a regular MacBook, but it's darn close. I mean, I've seen video editing done very, very well on them. So, problem is the flash memory. It sucks. So,
yeah, I'm gonna try to hold out till 2018 on the new release of their Mac Pros before I make the jump to the PC side.
Oh, you're like my friend just did that. My friend just said enough, and he did the PC jump.
I'm gonna try to hold off a little longer.
And he's super happy. He's an illustrator. He does all his stuff with the Wacom tablet. He said, "Forget it. I had enough of Apple."
Yeah,
I'm an Apple. I use a lot, and then for CAD stuff, obviously we use Windows, so I use both. But for web development, I still like Macs. Although you can develop obviously on both. I'm not one of these guys that are just obsessed about it. It's kind of like Apple.
Yeah, my workflow is Apple, and been sitting on that trash can for, I think I got the 2nd gen, and it's just, I've had trouble. I've had to send it back, but when you drop in, quite a bit of money into something, you can't stop working, so you got to kind of work it out. And the local Apple store knows me by first and last name, along with my wife, because we have spent many times in there a few years ago, making sure that they knew we were not happy with our investment.
Oh, so you bought the trash can?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Been staying on the trash can for a while, trying to keep from going to the HP workstations.
What's your line of work, Jason?
I'm sorry.
Video.
What's your line of work? Video?
He
Yeah,
plays
yeah.
with video.
Okay.
Yeah, can't you tell he got in here in such a breeze?
Yeah.
I know.
Not the video, it was the browser. He's not a
I
he's
thought
in
I
a
was going to have
browser.
to run a phone cord up to Greensboro.
Dial up internet.
Live streaming on for clients is I'm pulling my hair out right in the middle of a job. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, they haven't talked much about the Mac Pros since the release of the, who was it that was on stage? Phil Schiller saying, "Tell us not, we can't innovate." Yeah, they haven't talked much. Although there is rumor that there is a new version coming out, which
I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted.
I think
with
that's
the
what you
iMac.
said.
I'm very
I
tempted
want
with
to
the new
play
iMac.
with. I want to play with the new iMac Pro.
That's the one I want. The 5K.
Because with the ability to via USB-C or Thunderbolt run external graphics cards and put everything outside of the unit,
Which is something Apple loves.
Yeah.
You can do that now with a MacBook. So as long as it's a USB-C one, those are pretty sweet setups.
So, Jonathan, you said something about Anchor.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, we're going to turn the show over now to.
Wait! I didn't know Jason was on Anchor. Hold on.
On Anchor.
Yeah, I'm playing with it. It's you know what Anchor is? Anchor's therapy for me.
Go
Well,
follow
let me add you right
Nazim
now.
so you don't listen to him.
I'm sorry.
Go follow Nazim so you don't listen to him either.
What are you called, Jason?
I think it's I don't even know. I think it's Jay Franco.
Jay Franco.
At least that's my name on there, but I don't know if that's what the handle it uses or what.
Okay,
I'm not. One thing about me, I'm not a tech guy. I'm more of a let me find the tool that works for me, and I'm just going to stick with it.
Gotcha.
I rarely ever do updates on anything. If it works the first time, I'm going to stay with it. As far as hardware is concerned, software I'm way behind. But saw Anchor. I forgot who mentioned it before. Looked into it. Figured I'd try it out because I do a lot of talking to myself in the car. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to discuss these things with myself, I might as well just, put them down and maybe someone else can.
Excellent.
Self-talk is important.
So that's what I've been doing.
I've been toying with the idea of making a podcast with the wife on Kazakiezi, but it's just always scared of the amount of work that podcasting takes. And this seems like it might be something that does it easier.
Yeah. The quality's lacking. I got those little Rode mics that you connect.
The lav. You got the lav, the clip on.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
So I just throw it on the camera, throw it on me as I'm driving down the road. Of course, you can hear the car and all this other stuff. But I'm able to, keep my hands on the wheel and look forward, just like anything. I don't even remember that it's there. The first time I did it, I went over 5 minutes. Didn't realize it was over. Because there's a cutoff time of 5 minutes.
Yeah. The only thing I've noticed too is that it eats up a lot of data. Anchor.
Does it?
If you're on mobile, wow, it's like.
Yeah.
Because you're listening to people's stations and it's downloading all the audio files, and it adds up.
Yeah, I did kind of the same thing before with when I was doing a few months of just clean eating and a lot of exercise in the morning. I would throw a camera on the windshield and want to kind of document my thought process and what I was going through and the ups and downs and whatever. And it's kind of the same thing. I'm just seeing if this is just quicker and easier.
Yeah.
I hit record. I'm done with it. I title it. I'm done with it.
Let me ask you, Jason, are you already doing, because I haven't done that part yet, are you already publishing it to an iTunes podcast or a Google Play podcast?
That's where the quality comes in for me. I used to do a podcast years ago for my wife, and I think the quality is just not going to be there for me comfortably to post it out.
Okay.
On iTunes. I think it can be more of a hindrance than.
Okay. I was always thinking that maybe content wins over audio quality, but I might be wrong. I'm not a podcast freak, so I'm not an expert.
Yeah, there's people that ride both sides of that train. it really comes down to where your comfort zone is. I mean,
Exactly.
I get paid, making sure that what I produce is my best ability for clients. And so it's a little against my grain. It's a little out of my comfort zone to just sit something, hit record and let it go.
Gotcha.
But there's a lot of successful, concepts and people out there that's where it's at. And I recently did a conference, shot a conference for a software development company that had Porsche out there, Google, AT&T, and they were talking to the marketers at the conference, and we're saying, you're going to produce this content, but you need to make sure you keep the genuineness and the rawness there, because that's where the market's going. Stop doing the overproduced.
Well, that's what I've heard too. That's what I've heard too. That, I mean, most of the people I know, I have friends in the States who are, video producers, and they're accustomed to commercial television, and now that they're doing web, but there's always the quality. The quality, I think, is super important. But when you're doing live mobile, which is what I do with my wife as a hobby on Kazakezi, there's no way you're going to get quality. I mean, you're dealing with 4G if you're lucky here in Italy, and it's like. So we're more on the content of showing the piazzas and showing the things.
Yesterday, I did an episode on Anchor, or that's just an episode, whatever it's called. A piece on Anchor where I was actually talking about that. They have clients that want to go off the cuff, and that's the way I prefer, because I think it's more genuine. I think you see the passion. I think you see the drive in the person, whether it's position or ownership. And then I'm dealing with a client that was like, no, we need to script it out. Well, it's taken 4 times longer. This
of course. Of course.
Because you're not a professional speaker. You're not an actor. It's not going to come across genuine. There's going to be a whole lot of mistakes. And sure enough, I had to let them kind of learn that and go through the process, because there's 2 types. There's my approach to, Jay Franco, yep.
Got it.
There's the genuine, set it up, get it, and try to find that key moment. And then there's we're going to be an evangelist and come off the top of just, top-notch stuff. And everyone sees it immediately as a salesman. It's a subconscious. You can just see it. There's something you're pitching or what's your angle.
Awesome. I like the feedback you're giving me.
Doesn't know, Jason's also passing along the video bug to his family as well.
Right. Yeah.
And wait a minute, what's her name? Your daughter?
Chris or Helena?
Helena.
Yeah, Helena. Oh, yeah. The one with the hair.
Would never know that this was the daughter of Jason.
Right.
Completely different personality. She's got a great YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say she has a great
I
personality.
think Jason had shared something at one time, and I went and she didn't have many subscribers, so I gave her one more subscriber.
Yeah. Now my youngest actually started doing that much. We didn't even know.
Secretly.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we're seeing her come out of her room with like all this crazy makeup and blotches of red stuff and all kinds. I was like, what the crap is going on? It looked like she ran into a board of makeup. And she said, I'm doing cosplay. And sure enough, she's got a ton of Musical.ly people on her social. Did not know she was doing that. And we can hear what she's doing because she's dancing. She's having a good time. But did not know she started building followers and doing her channel and all kinds of stuff.
More power to her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Jason's wife has an unfair advantage over other real estate agents with the polished professionalism of her videos.
And she will not take advantage of it.
I gotta check. Now you got to be very curious.
I'm like, come on, get on the camera. You have all this gear. Do something. It's like pulling teeth.
I'm gonna check you out on YouTube, and then I'll add you as anything that comes from me. It's Kazakezi. It's not from me.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
he has to do it that way. He's actually in witness protection. So.
Yeah, they flew me out of Miami to Milan and back in '92. You're out of here.
Well, I have a channel that I've been sitting on for a long time. Did not know people were following me. I think you and I talked about it.
Yep.
that's on. I think you can get it straight to contentmakers.net. Still have people asking me questions about how to take photography, how to do certain things, and I just have it in me to want to share what I know, because I know there are people out there that would like to hire me but can't afford it. They're not in that position right now, and I'm like, just take some basic steps. Forget the gear. Just take some basic steps and up your game a little bit. And I want to share that content with them.
Cool.
So I'm hoping to get back on the channel. Had the RT network had a couple. The Kaiser Report was shooting in my studio, so they locked up my studio for a long time. I couldn't get back in there. I was actually setting it up. I think maybe somebody might have saw a screenshot, where I had all the different colors behind me and everything. I was just testing stuff out. But now the studio's kind of opened back up, and I can get in there and, hopefully this fall start producing some more content.
Sounds great.
And Robert says Raina's also started her YouTube channel. Yeah, they're starting young.
Yeah.
Which, and Jonathan did a episode a while back talking about, and he was focusing on Snapchat and being able to find, locate basically where you were when you were doing it. But any worries that you have, any monitoring that you do, Jason or Robert?
I have brother and sister that are really good. Actually, they knew before I did, so they watch them like a hawk. So I'm able to, because a part of me too is because I produce this content, I don't want to be I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to say, you should do this, and then they take it the wrong way and take offense. So I want them to learn and develop. And if they want to ask me questions, sure. But, I started off in the recording business, and I had to get out of it because I didn't realize while I was recording people, I was making faces because of how they sounded. And so Emily said, you have a hard time keeping your emotions out from showing. And so I'm always afraid to hinder their creativity. I want them to develop and ask me if they want it. And so I kind of just stay away. That way Dad won't slip up and say, you should do this next time. I don't want to do that. So I keep that there and know that the family's watching them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just girls. I mean, my son, we sit there and monitor what he does.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Now, as far as their text and Snapchat and all that stuff, yeah. But as far as their creativity and what they're posting out, no.
Oh no, with the creativity, it's kind of like as long as, I mean, I still have to sit there and monitor what my son does sometimes because he's a boy and he's going to be stupid.
Oh yeah.
And, you mean 13-year-olds don't make excellent decisions?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
No.
But that's usually a research approach, you know. And that's when you're looking for something.
He's 15 now, so that's even.
Oh, so he just feels more empowered.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Dad, I have a car. Great. Now you can take your stupidity in all directions. Great.
And for everyone who would like a little sample of the early days and seeing how Jason interacts with Helena.
Look, we finished my graffiti poster. Look, see.
Oh yeah.
I did it. Okay, that's why it looks good. Hi everybody, I'm here with my father.
Don't
and my best friend since she was born because I'm older. And today we are going to do father versus best friend. I'm going to ask her seven questions and we're going to see who does me best. But before we start...
I like this light.
It's your light. First of all, I have a new scar on my head and I'll tell you all about that in another video. Second of all, y'all need buzzer noises. So what's your buzzer noise? What's your buzzer noise? Okay.
Nice, I like it.
So first question. What is my favorite color? She even asked. What is my favorite color? What is it?
Crap. Blue!
No.
Black.
crap, I know.
Ray?
No, it's near my bed.
Red.
Red.
She made a buzzer noise, so she gets the point. You didn't make your buzzer.
Your color used to be black.
I know, in 7th grade, when I was like, goth.
Soul, then I was right first.
First soul.
I get it. Question number 2. What is my...
Monitor.
It's your monitor. What is my favorite book of all time?
Oh, I don't know that.
You
It's
should,
that,
because I've said it like 20 times in
it's
front
that
of you.
book you're reading today.
No.
Harry Potter.
No.
Percy Jackson.
No.
No.
It's The Outsiders. So neither of
Oh,
y'all
that's
get
not, that's not a book.
Out the video. Now we're all back, and we can clear out the whiteboard and turn the whiteboard off, and we're all back up.
Cool.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. But I didn't mean to do that. It was a delayed click.
I have to kill people off. His face is blocked out. Colonel Slay says.
What program is that? William
General
wants to
Slay,
know.
this is the same program you were a part of last week. This is Webinar Jam doing this.
Yeah, he selected the pencil, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the whiteboard action. And then if the other thing I can do is I can show slides.
That's weird. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the video.
It probably is it's probably loading.
It's probably that that Mac Pro that you got.
Well, I'm sure. I just want consistency. That's all I want.
So what's nice about this is that for all of us on screen, we've got 3 different downloads, and we've got one up, right? So it's my videos going up, but I have a download for David, for Nazim, and for Jason, right? But for those on Facebook, it's just one.
Yep.
Right.
They're getting one broadcast, which is something that's been different. That's why Fire Talk people had a really hard time with Fire Talk and with Smile Time trying to watch it. It was a lot of their systems, they couldn't handle all the video going down. They just didn't have the bandwidth for it. But because of the way that they've done this and it goes straight to Facebook, it makes it so much easier for people to view on the viewer side.
So let me ask you guys this. I sometimes have clients where directors want to direct a shoot, an interview, and I can send them, I can get HDMI feed into the computer. Which program would be best to have them, like if they're there, talking to the interview?
You want everything live in?
Just for the editor. I'm sorry, not the editor, the director. So we're not trying to go public with it. We're just trying to, and I'm trying to stay away from Skype because for some reason people have a really hard time with Skype.
FaceTime?
But I got to get
what quality would depend on what kind of quality you really want from them coming in. One option is Zoom. But I mean, if you're trying to do video conferencing, that's one thing. If you're trying to do multiple people coming in, like from multiple cameras all in the same studio, is that what you're looking for?
No. I'm shooting an interview. I'm hired to go do an interview, and then I go to the location. The director can't come in, and the producer can't come in, but they want to be able to see what's happening for the interview. Sometimes they'll give us the questions, and we'll do the questions there. But they want to make sure that, hey, we need them to say this, and they might actually want to speak to the people. Now, I used Fire Talk one time for that, but now Fire Talk has got that lock on how long or whatever.
You know what? It seems to me like this would be a valuable tool.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Also, I mean, another one that comes to mind is Google Plus Hangouts, but I have, I use them once in a while with my programmers. But you could have and then everybody in the bottom just asking questions and stuff.
I still might say if you're not so super crazy worried about
quality,
about all the high def quality. I mean, you could use Zoom so that you have one. So that is basically so that your director, if they do, are they trying to be on screen?
No, they just want to be able to speak to the person that's answering the questions.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're directing the interview.
Zoom. You could use a peer in.
The peer in is another one also.
As long as you don't get too many people on a peer in, that's easy. It's browser based as opposed to Skype, which is software based, or even as opposed to Zoom, which is also a software base, try Appear In, because that's only browser, and sometimes that actually cuts a lot of the problems people are having with if they're like, I can't download the software or whatever.
What was wrong with Skype? You said that they didn't like Skype. What was it they didn't like about Skype?
It's that connection, getting in, starting an account. A lot of these guys don't have that stuff. I mean, we're talking like, the director might be a marketing director, and he's never needed Skype because all of his contacts are right there within, say, a hospital.
Yeah,
right?
so if they're just wanting presence, Appear.in. But I mean, if you're wanting, more tricks and whistles and bologna and stuff like that, then you can go for something like this, or you can,
I'm going to bring up something here that you guys have not discussed about, but it's a system that was set up because I'm here in Italy, in the office here in Italy. We work with Virgin Cruises in Miami, Virgin Voyages, and they impose a system called High Five. You might want to check it out. It's precisely it's more for web conferencing and video conferencing. And the great thing about it is that you can call into phones. So you can have people on that don't want to be on video but want to hear. They can come in either with phones or with video.
Oh, that's cool. Because that usually becomes the default.
The only problem is it's not free. It's you need to. There's a contract version. Yeah, Virgin uses it, and we use it with them, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, and Appear.in's free. I think they have a paid version. I wouldn't pay for it.
They do have a paid version, but it is
trying
free.
to do. But I mean, there's an app as well, so people can come in on their phone if they want.
Yeah, because a lot of people,
they can turn the camera off.
With High Five, they have the app because a lot of people want to use. Now everybody's starting to get away from the computer, apart from people like us that work with CAD or web programming or video. We need to be on desktop, but most of the people, managers and stuff like that, they're like, "Can I come in on the phone?" Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So William was asking, specific to this program, how many people can be on cam. I have the ability to have up to 6, and everybody has the options to have up to 6. It just depends on the level that you want to pay for. So
Hangouts still has up to 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do anything with Hangouts. I mean, Google's not really even supporting Hangouts, and it's their
problem. Yeah, you're right. The problem with Hangouts is it's complex for people to install and get it running. I would rule that out already.
So I wouldn't do anything like that. Don't walk away and talk in Italian.
He's calling the people in.
No, the mafia guys. No, I got my
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Like the battery issue, so I need to connect the battery up. I'm gonna have to leave, guys, because I'm getting ready to go.
Yeah, it is that little before like quarter of.
Yeah. Jonathan's probably got something that he's not going to do, but say
no. I'm going to dinner with friends again, and again with that guy, with the son of. Is the son of the actor studio, the guy, what's his name? Strasberg.
It's noon.
Going out to dinner with Lee Strasberg.
12 p.m. Nobody goes to dinner at 12 p.m.
Unless you're like...
We're doing drinks and then dinner.
See, you haven't caught on. It's noon, Eastern time zone. That's
it. He goes to bed at 3.
That's the worldwide time zone.
That's the only time that matters.
It's not 5 anything. Come on. That's not real.
I'm kind of happy that you do this show at this time because I'm the only guy on this side of the pond that can catch you.
Well, I'm kind of happy about that too because if we had more guys like you, it'd be a salami fest.
Exactly. Have a great weekend. And Aaron's right. It does feel like a blab reunion.
Good to see you as well, Aaron.
Aaron, yeah, I've been talking to Aaron a lot because he's in San Antonio. And, he got hit with the big flood and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bobby's here. Oh, geez. There goes the neighborhood.
Bobby's been here. He sat there and gave crap about something earlier. Oh, he said Jason had echo. But that cleared up. So, whatever.
Anyway, Jason, I'm going to add your stuff, and I'll add you on Facebook, so if you don't mind. That I'll do as Nazim.
Awesome.
He only charges, $10 a month to be your Facebook friend. So just so you know, like he can bill. He's got great
Wait a
billing
second.
options. It's great.
Jonathan, there's a business model.
You need a Facebook friend?
Limited
for more Twitter followers.
It's limited space, but I will for a very nominal fee. I will dedicate to interact with you once a week from my personal account.
That's the mind's going up here.
You sign up now. I'll follow you on Twitter at no additional charge.
Absolutely. Boom. 1995.
That's your weekend special, peeps.
I will do. I have a $1 trial set up for $1.
Well, I got you guys beat. I can do Spanish.
First 7 minutes.
I can do Spanish, Italian, and English friend posts, and.
Do you use Google?
Yeah, but nobody else speaks those languages. So when he's saying he's speaking Spanish, and it's not really Spanish, it's something like, I don't know, guttural,
slurred Italian.
It's Welsh.
Spanish.
That's what it is.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Sanskrit. Nazim speaks Sanskrit.
That's a great,
to speak to his age.
Where it immediately just starts going like that way down.
Exactly. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend, and hope for everybody who's in whatever parts of the country that you guys can not have so much trouble with the hurricane.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining, Nazim. It was good seeing you once again.
Have a great weekend.
Nice meeting you, Jason.
Too.
Take care, Jonathan.
And
now we're back to 3.
I wish we could keep that 3 the landscape way.
Well, we could just do it like this.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, now you can see all my crazy crap signs.
Yep. Now we can see all your junk.
Yeah.
This one right here. That's the one that counts.
Keep
pounding.
I like the red.
Panthers. Football starts up this weekend. Started last night. I don't know what happened to the Patriots, but
I don't know either.
The
Jets are already out of the playoffs, so
42-20. Yeah, 16-0. That one's gone. There's always next year for that.
I was saying the Jets are already out of the playoffs.
The Jets. Not according to Robert C. Stern, who is a Jets fan, or Gary Vaynerchuk.
I just like to bring it up because honestly, I don't really follow football.
I don't either.
Neither.
No. Football or football.
I don't know anything about football whatsoever. I'm lying. I love football. I'm so glad this time of year is back.
It's fun to watch.
This layout reminds me of Charlie Angels. There you go.
Wow. All right. Well, I am at that point. Yeah, I know. Now we can't see David, which is actually sometimes the best part of the show. But
there's this pretty red button down here.
There is a pretty red button. So with that, I'm going to go refill my coffee mug. But you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Jason, thanks for popping on, man. It was great to catch up with you, and I really do appreciate your anchor stuff. I do.
Cool.
Your rant. I might have to go
whatever you want to call it.
On anchor
My
now.
5-minute rant.
His OTT. All right, guys.
Thanks.
I'm going to talk to you later.
Okay, everybody else, thanks a lot for joining in. We're all done for yet another week. So, Jason, I'll eject you out. How about that?
How do I?
Well, you can just close the browser. Or I can do this. There you go. It's that simple. I'm done. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And, if you have been affected or in the path of any of the natural disasters that are happening, I hope that you remain safe. Hope that your family and friends remain safe. If you can get out and go away and go someplace that is safe, please do. And, don't drive in water that covers tires and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.